On a Thursday evening, they literally queue up for it.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's the weekly freebie.
There you go, mate.
But junk mail, it's not.
Do you think people like the Mountain Scene?
A staggering 98% of people here read it, according to its latest independent survey.
They'll say they love reading it, providing they're not the butt of it. News is the plural of new.
Frank Marvin's the man who turned what started as a promotional rag into a controversial tabloid.
We've got a file pick of them.
A file pick of the alleged pilot. We set about quite deliberately being, some would say sensational. I wouldn't agree we're sensational, but bold, for want of a better word. And that succeeded in getting readership. And with audience comes advertising. It's nothing more complicated than that.
Yeah, if I can just take my notebook out and get some notes and find out.
There's nothing complicated about the reporting either. But the top reporter's not called Scoop for nothing.
Isn't that part of their job though? They've got to support those buildings that they've protected. You keep your ears flapping, you get out and about. Yeah, I've done 20 years and I'm just hoping if my liver keeps up that I can do another 20.
They're most proud of the stories some Queenstowners didn't want them to print, like outing former councillor and lawyer Wayne McKeag on child porn charges, and then having him plead guilty, even before he went to court.
How do you feel about your treatment by the media?
Well, obviously it's fairly heavy-handed.
I think we were doing our job. Because he was a public figure, because he was tipped by some to be the next mayor, and here he was doing things he shouldn't be.
The town's mayors in particular have always been fair game.
He was rather embarrassed about that, of course.
For some reason we've been able to get up the nose of every mayor that I can recall in my time.
Getting up their noses would be something of an understatement. One former mayor blamed the Mountain Scene for losing an election. Another told me it had caused him to leave town, whilst a third is suing the paper for defamation. That matter's still before the courts. As for the current mayor,
Has it got up your nose?
No, it hasn't at all. And in a way, they are a paper that would not have survived, in my view, in any other community but Queenstown, because there is still a strong element of gold rush mentality about this area and the people who live in it. And that type of journalism is something that people actually respond to.
Let's start off with our top stories, eh? What do you got, Scoop? What's your number one?
they may dish it out, but they get plenty back.
Mountain Screen.
Water off duck's back.
Developing thick skins in this small community, part of the job.
Didn't surprise me necessarily when one day I had a dead rat come in a courier pack. Didn't surprise me when some guy dropped a couple of supermarket bags of sheep manure on my desk. I can understand that.
Today's Mountain Scene is being given a new look. They have the numbers. Now they want to keep them reading for longer.
What about Dateline? You have a look there?
Maybe bring it down a bit. It's quite as exciting as mad as it is right now, just to see what the reaction will be, because this paper's loved and hated. Is that right, Scoop?
Yeah.
Yeah, throughout this town. I mean,
Mr. Rain.
It's another Wednesday night, another deadline.
He's had both ratings revoked.
So he's talking about the paragraph.
Says who?
Another attempt to make sure they're queuing up for the paper tomorrow night.
Quite formative, and it's got a new look, so no, it's good.
We can't take anything for granted.
It was better the way it was. It was more casual, more Queenstown.
We have to go out there and attract their attention.
A lot of people like it and a lot don't, but everyone reads it.
Tame, boring, those are things to be very afraid of.